Have you ever had a family cat and it died? Remember that? And some of you are saying, I hated that cat. I am so glad it died. I almost wanted to kill that cat myself, right? But the death of a pet, people, and I don't know why, but you know that subhanallah, in Islam, our relationship with animals is really supposed to be a good relationship. And for some reason, I don't know why, it has not really been that great. Why is Abu Hurairah called Abu Hurairah? Because he had a kitten that he was carrying, and they said that he would put her up his sleeves. He would take her with him. Okay? You have the hadith where the Prophet ﷺ is drinking milk, and there was a cat around him meowing. So what does he do? He goes down, gives the cat a little, and then he drinks after the cat. Okay? Or you have got the story of Jabir. He said that I had my younger brother Abu Umair, who had a small bird that he called a Nughair, and he was playing with it. And one day the Prophet ﷺ passed by, and the kid was crying, and he said, what happened? And he said, the bird is dead. And they said that the Prophet sat down, and he consoled Umair, and he was talking to him about his pet and all that, and he said the Prophet would not leave until the kid was smiling and laughing again. Okay? You have got the fact that the Prophet ﷺ had a camel, and they said that if you have a pet, it is actually a sunnah to actually give your pet a name, and to actually give it a decent name. So the Prophet ﷺ had a camel, and the name of his camel was Al-Qaswa, the speedy one. And they said that one day a Bedouin came in, and he said, Prophet Allah, you want to race my camel versus your camel? And all the companions, they got really excited, because they knew that the camel of the Prophet ﷺ was so speedy, and this Bedouin is going to lose. So they have the race, and the camel of the Prophet lost the race. The Bedouin won the race. And they said that the companions were so disappointed that the camel of the Prophet, peace be upon him, lost the race. And the Prophet ﷺ smiled, and he said, مَا عَلَى شَيْءٌ وَارْتَفَعْ إِلَّا وَكَمَا ارْتَفَعَ وَقَعْ. He said that anything that gets up to a point of heightness, he said that there will be a time when it will be brought back down again. So when people come to therapy, they say that, you know what, my cat died, and they are really depressed. Guess what? That is real, people. You know the story of the man when the Prophet ﷺ, the man had a donkey, okay? And his donkey died. And by the way, we undermine donkeys, okay? Donkeys are cute animals, okay? Contrary to what people think. And especially if you live in the village or in some agricultural area. I mean, donkey is the animal that got you and bought you and you did all the lifting for you. So there is that relationship. So his donkey died, and he came to the Prophet and said, Prophet of Allah, my donkey died. And he was crying. He was not crying because he lost some wealth. He was crying because that specific donkey that he's loved all his life is now dead. So the Prophet ﷺ, consoling him, he said, you know what? Allah will be merciful towards you because you lost that donkey and you're crying over it. So the man started crying even more. And he said, what happened to you? He said, few years back I had a donkey that died, but I never cried over that donkey. So I missed out on that. So remember this. A loss is a loss, and we do not measure the difficulty of that loss, but it's a loss for the person who lost. Okay? It may not be a big deal to you, but to them it's a big deal. You may not appreciate the death of a cat or anything like that, but they do. And because of that, appreciate what people are going through. No, you don't have to agree with them, but hey, look, if it is a loss, then please do appreciate that it was a loss.